F sharp minor 7 flat 5. So if you've watched my channel for a while, you're probably thinking to yourself, what? I don't normally get into these really crazy, jazzy, big band style chords because that's not what I'm about. I'm more about scale shapes, understanding the scale shapes, understanding how to unlock the fretboard, play intuitively, and play scales. I got a guy trying to teach me fingerstyle, and I'm not very successful at it. I'm going to be honest with you. And it's not holding my interest. I'm playing around with it and I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm thinking to myself, whew, some of this stuff is a little difficult because I like, I'm an old school 80s guy, and there's still plenty of guys out there doing that, where we're just noodling with single notes. And I've been getting into arpeggios, sweep picking, tapping, and things like that lately. I'm trying to broaden my horizons because I keep telling y'all to, explore more things and find what works for you, add more to your vocabulary, keep practicing, things like that. And eventually, what winds up happening is it becomes part of your muscle memory, and you can play intuitively and play pretty much whatever you want to play. But some of that stuff, like that fingerstyle stuff that I've been learning, oh my goodness, I can't even do it. It's a muscle memory thing, right? It's like chewing gum and patting your head at the same time and rubbing your belly and walking and trying to swim all at the same time, right? Nope, I got to put my finger down here, right? Not too bad. Oh, I can't get that. But anyway, that's what I got to work on. I got to work on some stuff like that. Why am I doing that? I don't know. It's the same reason I'm doing some of the stuff that I've taught in previous lessons. It's muscle confusion. It's trying to get your brain to think in a way that it hasn't normally thought, right? And you can see my brain is getting brain tied right now. I'm having trouble even saying what I want to say because of the fact that I'm focused on too many things at the same time. So that's something that I talked about in a previous lesson that I did. Not even a previous lesson. It was it was kind of a lesson. It was 10 things I suck at, and I talked about understanding all kinds of different things that when I just pick up the guitar and I play it myself, I'm like I'm good at it. But then when I try to teach it, sometimes I get a little brain fog, and I think that happens to everybody. We get into the point where we just have a hard time focusing on more than one thing at once, and not all of us. Actually, very few people in this world are prodigies. Very few people in this world are extremely charismatic and can get out there and just teach, and inspire others. A lot of people are really, they got to overcome a lot of things. I'm definitely one of those kinds of people. I got to overcome certain things to be able to do this. But I'm glad that I'm doing it because it's really helping me with a lot of my own hindrances, if you will. And I'm hoping that I can inspire others to see that, hey, look, anybody can, like I always say, just pick up the guitar and go. And I'm going to use that as a shameless plug. You can just pick up the guitar and go by getting my free course at justpickuptheguitarandgo.com. And the things that I understand about the guitar, the way that I understand how to play it, the circular shapes, the scale shapes, the way the scale shapes lock together like puzzle pieces and things like that, that's kind of what I put out there in my course. And in these micro lessons, the YouTube lessons, I just finished up season 1 of the YouTube channel that I'm doing, rebranded everything to Just Pick Up the Guitar and Go. And now we're moving into the second season, Just Pick Up the Guitar and Go. So if you're a fan of the channel, and if you like to subscribe and share, and you haven't got that free course yet, get the free course, just pick up the guitar and go.com, and get ready for season 2. I've got about how many more? 7 more of these micro lessons to come out, I think, and then we're moving into season 2, which will be back in my studio, lapel mic, better sound, better quality, more backing tracks. I'll be putting backing tracks on my Patreon, all kinds of cool stuff. So be ready for that. But anyway, whatever that chord was that I said at the beginning, I think I said F sharp, F sharp minor 7 flat 5. That's this chord right here. Actually, that That note on the first string, the high E string, should be this, but it's not easy to play like this. So I'm going to skip that string. It sounds like a horror movie, right? Because it's the Locrian mode. And you don't hear the Locrian mode too often in songs. But I could hear that in a metal song. I could definitely hear that in a metal song. I did a whole Phrygian Locrian song called Arrhythmia. If you haven't checked that out, I got the music video out there on my other channel. Just pick up the guitar and go to. But it uses that, right, that dyad of that, instead of a normal power chord, it's like that, okay? And it's a very interesting, dissonant, right, diminished sound. And the Locrian mode fits really well over that. And what's interesting about the Locrian mode is it's only a little bit different from your major scale. See, here's your major scale right here. One note behind is your Locrian mode. And if I played that weird chord up here, then your Locrian mode is right there. But in the interest of showing you the scale positions all the way from 1 to 7, we're going to move it all the way up. But move it all the way back to the 2nd fret instead of the 14th fret, and you got the same thing. And then you can start over. And if you started there, and if you use that as a root chord, then you'd be in the Locrian mode. But anyway, we're going to play it up here, and we're going to play it on the 14, 15, 17, on the 6th and the 5th strings, 14, 15, 17, 14, 15, 17. When I get to the 4th and the 3rd strings, we'll play 14, 16, 17, 14, 16, 17. Then 15, 17 on your 2nd string, and 14, 15, 17 on your 1st string. And that's your Locrian mode. And that rounds out the micro lessons for this series of the 7 positions of the major scale. And in that, I taught several different new chord shapes that you may not have been aware of. And if you're like me and you play rock and metal, you may not have use for them. But if you like to experiment with all kinds of different sounds and things like that, then you might have use for them. So check them out. Check out those chord shapes. Be sure to do yourself a favor and go over to my website at justpickuptheguitarandgo.com. Pick up my free course, my free 7-day course that'll help you unlock the fretboard in 7 days. You'll be able to take that knowledge, that theoretical knowledge, if you will, the way that I understand all this stuff, and apply it to anything new that I teach you on my YouTube channel. And then, of course, it'll help you understand the fretboard a lot better, because you got to look at the fretboard in a certain way. You got to see the code. And in order to see the code, there's just some basic foundational stuff that you need to understand. Theory is great. Learning a lot of different theory is going to always enhance your playing, always add more to your vocabulary. But at the same time, to just pick this thing up and be able to play, like if you're not quite sure where to get started, I got a 7-day course out there for you that'll help you get started. So check it out, justpickuptheguitarandgo.com, and I'll see you in the next one.